That's all Michael Bay is. Just pure spectacle, not for the sense of being spectacle, but he knows that's what people want to see on screen. You don't go to a theater to watch boring action. It's really, and we know that when you go to a theater and a movie doesn't play well or it's just boring. I was thinking about this the other night. I watched Tron Ares. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I watched it and I was like, there's something missing here. It's two colors the entire sequence. It's literally red and black. And even when they have time to make these epic wide shots, things still look condensed. I don't even know how to put it into terms. But I was thinking, what if Michael Bay had said, you know what, I'm going to take Tron Ares, I'll do it, and I'll make everyone look good. Nobody looks good in Tron Ares. None of the actors.
Who's in that movie? I don't even know. I didn't
Jared
see it.
Leto, obviously. I think Jared Leto.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it.
I think he helped produce it, and there's a lot. I'm going to do a whole sequence on why this movie didn't work, and the actors, the choicing, the casting is just awful casting. But in particular, that's a movie where I think, you know what? Why not just give it to Michael Bay and say, I know this is a long shot, but what would you do for Tron? And a lot of people, I think Tron's great. Tron Legacy I thought was awesome. The plot wasn't that great, but this is a time when this movie doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense to me. The plot is boring. The acting it's so overacting. They're, on screen, I hate to say that, but they're like masturbating on screen because they're overacting so much in certain sequences, or Jared Leto trying to be a computer program, but it doesn't work. It just doesn't come across that. And this is where, well, what if Michael Bay takes this? What flair how would he make red and black look really good? And I think he could make it look a little bit better. And it was so much red throughout the entire movie that I just felt like I had to turn away from watching it sometimes.
It's not a horror movie. I don't know why red and black is the color scheme you're aiming for.
When you're in the Tron universe, the red side is like the bad side, the blue side is the good side. But that's a movie that, in particular, I would like to see Michael Bay put his flair on this, because it just sucked. So yeah, Jerry Bruckheimer, as far as production.
Back to the Jerry Bruckheimer thing, it's like, how much of Michael Bay's aesthetic does he owe to Bruckheimer?
Well, not even that. A lot, because the money that Jerry Bruckheimer gave basically created the blank check for Michael Bay in some of his movies, right? Mm-hmm. He helped him to be able to say, give me the budget that I need. I think in particular for like Transformers, because at the time it was 150, 170 million. That's a huge budget back then. Now people just go, 300 million. Well, that's nothing. But back then, 150 million, and it's probably because Jerry Bruckheimer said, just give him the money, let him do it. And for a movie that's not everyone's going to go see, it's still a great action movie, because as a child growing up playing with Transformers, to see it come to life for real blew my mind. And everyone looked good in that movie. Everybody looked good in that movie, even if you didn't know anything about Transformers. And if you're on a date with your girlfriend and you just go watch it, it's enjoyable. You're not bored. You're not like, oh, this is dumb. You're just like, wow, it's big action sequences.
But I feel like, with Jerry Bruckheimer, it's like he made like Con Air, which I thought was a Michael Bay movie, but it's like it's a Jerry Bruckheimer production. I'm like, how much is it the Bruckheimer versus the Bay? I think Pirates of the Caribbean, like that other franchise, it's like it looks so freaking good, and I feel like a lot of that's due to Bruckheimer. I know Gore Verbinski's a great director, but it's like none of his other movies look like Pirates does.
No.
So.
Which is that's another world in and of itself. Like Pirates of the Caribbean is its own mystical movie world that has its color tone, right? Yeah. We all know when you see it on screen from a distance, you're like, oh, that's one of the Pirates movies. Mm-hmm. How do we know that? Because we know just the way they do it. Same thing with Michael Bay. You're across the room, oh, that's the island. Or, oh, there's Armageddon. You know exactly who has directed this.